So in today's video, I will be going through all 6 breeds Star Stable have released in 2025 and doing sort of a year-end review on each individual one. Okay, the first breed I'm going to be talking about is the Criollo. This is the first breed that Star Stable released this year, and I think probably the only one my opinions on have changed quite drastically since I originally reviewed them, which could be for the fact that they've obviously been in the game longer than any other breeds, but also I think I have some very justified critiques of the breed. Now I will say originally I didn't really know very much about the breed at all. I have since seen different people talking about it, some that know the breed a little bit better than I do. And I will say my main critique of the breed was how long the back is, which apparently is kind of a breed characteristic for the Criollos. They do have a longer back than a lot of other breeds, but I just don't think that it works that well on the actual model. I'm not sure if that's something that they could have changed, could have done a bit differently. Obviously you can't take away the breed characteristic of a longer back, but I don't know, maybe it could have been done in a better way. I will say it does affect the way some of the gaits look. I think the only one I don't like is the canter, or the extended, just because the back moves a little funny, but I think a lot of the other gaits are fine. I will give a little show of them in a second. I will say though, this breed does have some very lovely coat colours. I think there are quite a few unique ones that you don't have on any of the other breeds that I think are genuinely really pretty. I have 3 at the moment. I don't think I'll end up getting any more, but the coats on these genuinely are so good. And I'm a little disappointed that I don't like them enough to be getting any more of them, because there are a few on there that I definitely would have wanted. But with the gaits, I can't do it. Okay, so these are the gaits. I will say the walk looks fine, it looks nice. The trot, a little stiff, but it doesn't look bad. The canter looks okay. I feel like it looks weirder with the back, but otherwise it looks fine. Now the extended, you can see the way the back drops. I feel like the leg sort of clips weirdly over here. I really don't like it. And the fast gallop, I really don't like the way the butt moves. I think it looks so weird and awkward. And it usually, if I don't mind it from the back, I'm fine. But I really don't like it at all. And it's a real shame. But that's my main critique of this breed. I think when it originally came out, I wasn't that bothered by it, but I very much am now after training 3 horses to level 15. I just can't do it, but they're very pretty, especially the sort of front half of them. I think the face is so cute, and I love the mane. It's so nice and flowy. So it's a real shame that I don't like them, because that face is so cute, but I just can't do it. The second breed to come out this year was the Hanoverian. This is definitely one of the breeds that is very high up on my list. I love these so much. Pretty much everything I kind of want in a horse. I think they look great. The model is so cute, so lovely. It's got some really nice muscle definition. I don't think there was ever anything of the model that I disliked. I do think they are really nice. In terms of gaits, again, I don't think I ever had anything bad to say about them. I think they're really nice. In fact, I think they're probably one of the ones that I praised the most highly. And obviously, they don't have a massive wide range of different coat colours or coat patterns that they can have, which I think was the only thing I disliked about them, which is more a breed preference than anything wrong that Star Stable did. If you're going for realism, you can't give them coats that they wouldn't have in real life, which obviously they do try and be realistic. So I can't really say anything bad about the coats. I think the ones that they have done are lovely. There are definitely some I've liked more than others just because of my personal taste, but overall I still think that they did a really good job on the coats. So I do think this is probably the only breed that my original opinion of them is still the exact same at the end of the year. I do think these are genuinely great horses. I know when these horses first released, people were saying that they looked very similar to the Selle Francaise, which, if you've seen any of my videos before, you know I absolutely love the Selle Francaise. And honestly, I can kind of see where they're coming from. But I do think that the gaits do look different enough. I mean, the walk's nice, the trot is lovely. I think the canter, again, is great. And the extended, lovely. And then the fast gallop. I think the main difference in my opinion, with the Self-Ransay and the Hanoverian is the Fast Gallop. This definitely looks more like an eventing horse. This horse is a show jumper, and I think it looks really cool, whereas I feel like the Self-Ransays look more like racers, which is purely down to the fact of how they've done the gallop. But this one, it looks like it's going as fast as the gait would make it seem it's going. I think they work really, really well, and I don't see any part of the model glitching anywhere or looking odd. There isn't sort of that drop in the back with any of the gaits that I can personally see. So yeah, I think this breed definitely deserves to be very high up on my list. The third breed we got this year were the mules, which to me was quite unexpected. I was not expecting to get the mules in the game, but I'm not complaining at all. Possibly the cutest breed in the game to date. I absolutely love them. I think they're really unique. I love the noises that they've given them. I love the model so much. The big floppy, fluffy ears are my favourite thing ever. And they also gave them a little bit of a pot belly, which I think was so cute. Literally nothing bad to say about these at all. Now obviously they're not meant to be eventing horses, they're not meant to be super flashy, they're not dressage horses, it's a mule, and I think the gaits matched that perfectly. I think they still look good while also not looking like a professional level dressage horse, so I think it matches them really, really well. Coat wise, they have a couple very unique ones that I am really in love with, like this guy here. I think they did such a good job with making some unique coats for them. I will say there are quite a few plain coats that aren't quite so much to my tastes, which obviously isn't a them problem, it's a me problem, but I still think that they work really well with the model, and I do think that they look very, very good. I think this is another one quite high up on my list, probably near the middle, because there just really isn't any complaints I have about them. I don't think my opinion of them has changed that much since I first reviewed them, other than the fact that I've probably bought all the ones that I wanted by now. I don't think I would like any of the other coats that I don't currently have. But again, that is just a personal preference thing. They bring out some more unique coats that I liked. I wouldn't say no to getting some more. So these are the gaits on the mule. Again, nothing super flashy, but I still think they all look good. I think they're great. I love the floppy ears so much. It's incredible. There is literally nothing bad I have to say about these. I mean, the movement on them is just, it's adorable. I love it so much. I definitely think, given some different coat options, I would be likely to buy some of these again, because I think they are so lovely. And I haven't talked about this on the previous two breeds, but the special moves that they have on these are so fitting and so adorable. I mean, that is so cute. It's adorable. And I'm pretty sure they have a couple of different options for these as well. Yeah, I think it was two different ones maybe, but it fits them so well. It's adorable. And we also have this one, floppy ears. It's so cute. I pretty much never use this when I actually ride them, when I train them up, but it's just such a cute addition to them. I think it's so cool. And also the rear isn't actually a rear. It's a little buck, a little bronc, and I think it suits them so well. And it's so unique to the mules. No other breed has that, as far as I'm aware. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's unique to them, and I just think that gives them a good score in my book. Our fourth breed of the year, and definitely one of my all-time favourites, is the York Mountain Horses. These are stunning. I think I have 3 of them. I absolutely want more. I will be getting more at some point. Honestly, I think I might end up with all of them at some point. The model is incredible. It's gorgeous. It's so cute. The face, I love it. It reminds me a lot of the Tennessee walking horse model, but like a very upgraded version of that. And they were one of my favourite horses when I first started the game, so I think it's only fitting that the York Mountain Horses are one of my current favourites. I think they did such a good job with these. I think the gaits are incredible. Obviously, they do have a different gait instead of the trot. They don't have a trot. I think it's called a trail walk. Originally wasn't my favourite thing. I didn't like it that much. I usually don't like it when they replace a gait with something else. Obviously it is part of the breed, so it makes a lot of sense that they would do that. But originally it wasn't something I liked. I really didn't like it. However, now I have trained some up. I genuinely don't mind it that much. Again, it's still not my favourite thing, but I've kind of gotten used to it. It doesn't really bother me. And I think the gait itself looks good, so I really don't mind it right now. I really don't mind it. I will absolutely be getting more of these. I think they have some really, really lovely coats. I think the 3 that I've bought are potentially my favorites. I definitely think this one is high up on the list. And then I also have, I don't know if it's a buckskin or like a champagne-y one. I don't really know horse coats very well, but that one could potentially be my favorite of all of them. I just think it looks so good. I think they did such a good job with the coats on these, and you get a pretty decent variety as well. So I'm not going to complain about that. I do need them to bring out some more though. I'm desperate. Star Stable, I will give you my money if you bring out more of these horses. Please and thank you. So my opinion on these definitely changed a little bit since the original review, but it's all positive, very, very positive. The build of these horses is just so pretty. The gates are incredible. I don't think I have anything bad to say about the gates. I don't think I've noticed any weird clipping or anything like that. I know one of the things I praised when they first came out was the tail movement, which I still really, really like. I don't know if it's a breed specific thing or just a design decision that Star Stable made. I can't say I'm all that familiar with the breed in real life. This is the trail walk. Now I don't hate it. Do I love it? Also no, but I don't mind it. I've gotten used to it. It's fine. But the rest of the gates just look so smooth and so pretty that there is literally nothing bad for me to say about them at all. Look at that. They're so good, so pretty. I really, really like these, and I will be buying more. I can promise you that there will be more of these in my stable some point soon. Our second to last breed that was released this year is the Andalusian. Now I think these, I didn't give them too bad of a review. I do think there were some things that I probably wasn't very positive about that I have sort of changed my mind on now. I do think these are really nice. I'm very, very glad that they did release an updated version of them. I think they definitely needed to, and I think these are such a good upgrade. They're not usually the kind of horse I go for. They're a very dressage based horse, which isn't usually my preference, but I still like them a lot. I think the actual model is great. They look very close to what they do in real life. I think they are cute, and I think the gates fit them really well. I think I did say some things about the gates in the last video that I reviewed them on, but I can't remember training these up and thinking anything negative about the gates, so maybe I just got used to them and maybe I don't mind them that much anymore. But we'll go through them. Coats wise, probably not my favorites. I did really like this buckskin one, which is the only normal coated one that I've bought. I think it's very cute. Again, they've gotten so good at doing the coats recently. They're so detailed and they always have sort of either little dapples or a lovely bit of shine on them. I do think they've gotten so good at that. But in terms of, do I want to buy a lot of the other coats? Probably not. I will get more eventually, I think. There are a couple that I do still like that I think I would enjoy having. So I will say chances are I'll end up with at least a couple more. But they're definitely not my favourites of this year. I think they're still probably pretty high, but I wouldn't say it was a favourite. Now they did release the Christmas magic horses, which I will put in a separate video. I'm going to do a video of all the magic horses released this year. But I do think that the magic horses looked great on this model. I think it was a really good choice for the concept that they went for. I think they did them really well, and the natural coats on those are really good. Really, really good. Obviously, the moon themed one isn't completely my taste, which is fine, but I think they looked good. And I think definitely a good model to put those concepts on. But yeah, they're probably not the highest up on my list, but not the lowest either, so. I do think the model is really nice, as you can see here. There's nothing wrong with it, it's just not really the kind of look I like on a horse a lot of the time. But the gates are nice. They're really nice. I think the only thing I complained about in the original review video is the back end looks very squarey in some of the gates. Now, usually I see the horse from the back when I'm training it and riding it. It's not that big of a deal. And I do think now potentially the coats might have something to do with that. Just with the way that they've put like the shine and the shading could potentially just making it look more apparent on certain coat colours potentially. But I still think most of the gates look good. They look nice. Obviously they're more of a dressage type of horse than anything else. And I think they look like that. I will say I love the tail movements and the mane and tail looks good on the horse. Just not really my usual style. That's all I can really say about these. But I do think I like them a bit more than my original review let on. And I do think at some point I will probably end up with more of them. So I can't dislike them that much if I'm willing to spend more star coins on more coats. But I don't think it's a breed that I'll want all of the coats for, but definitely I think there are a couple that I would like to have. Now the sixth and final horse breed that we got this year was the Black Forest horse. Now these ones, I don't think I had super high expectations when I heard we were getting these. Again, it's sort of a heavier horse, a draft horse, which aren't usually my favourites. They're not the ones I tend to go for. But these ones are so pretty. I think they're very similar build-wise to the Norica and the Ardennes. That's what they remind me of, which are both breeds that I really liked. I think these are kind of like an in-betweeny of those two, which I think it's really pretty. I will say a lot of the coats are very similar to each other, purely because that's what the breed is like. There isn't a massive wide range of coats, but I think they worked very well with what they had. There is enough variation between the coat colours that you get that I think works. This one in particular was one of my favourites. I think there were two others that I really want to get my hands on that I absolutely will be buying at some point. As far as any of the others, I'm not sure. Maybe if I grow to love them a little bit more, I might want some of the other coats. But I definitely like these enough to get the two that I was looking at in the review video. I absolutely love the mane and tail on these. I think they are so beautiful, they're so flowy, princessy, and there are some really good options for them. Gaits wise, I'm gonna be honest, I really don't remember what I said about them, which means there obviously wasn't anything bad to say, and there probably wasn't anything in particular that was very great about them. So they must have been good. They must have been good. We're gonna have a look at them anyway, but genuinely, nothing bad to say about this horse. I think they did really well with the coat colours that they had to choose from, which was very minimal, and I do think that they are a very cute addition to the game. Pretty high up on my list, I'd say. Definitely in the top half. I would probably put them above the mules, I think. Purely for, I do think I like the model better. Just the aesthetics of it, I suppose. They feel very princessy, and I really like that. I mean, just look at how majestic she looks. She's so beautiful, so pretty. The gaits, again, I don't think there's nothing special to say about them. I feel like they do match the weight of the horse quite well, and I don't see any glitching or clipping anywhere in particular that I notice. Pretty standard, pretty good gaits. I think they look good. I like the movement of the mane and tail as well. Usually, I think one thing I did say in the review video that I would like to point out again, a lot of the time I don't like the look of a long mane in a lot of the gaits. Other breeds, I just don't think they have done it that well. From certain angles you can tell that it's three different clumps of strands, which is very apparent on other breeds. But I think they've masked it so well on this one. I think it's nice and flowy, especially like the slower gaits, it looks a lot better. Like the walk, it looks perfect. Trot looks perfect. Canter even. The swishy, the flowy vibes of it is so good. The extended and the fast gallops aren't quite as good, but it's a lot better than what a lot of the other breeds have for the really long main options. So I will say they're pretty. They're a very beautiful breed, and I will be at least getting the two that I wanted in the review video. So you will definitely see more of this breed on my channel. Alright, that is everything for today's video. I hope you have enjoyed. Please let me know your opinions on the breeds down in the comments below. Like I've said in previous videos, I'm so interested in what you guys think of all the different breeds and sort of your preferences, because I know that not everyone's going to think exactly the same as I do. So I'm very interested to hear other people's opinions. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! Thank you.